Tributes poured in for Rock and Roll Hall of Famer Leon Russell as the world reflected on his legacy, but behind the praise was a truth he carried quietly for years, one that involved George Harrison. Before the spotlight faded, Russell had witnessed a side of Harrison few ever saw. The world remembered the music, the success, and the historic performances, yet Russell knew what existed beyond the applause: the pressure, exhaustion, and personal battles that shaped Harrison when the crowds disappeared. Their paths crossed at one of rock music's most defining moments, creating a bond built not on fame, but on shared responsibility and silent understanding. In August 1971, Leon Russell and George Harrison stood together during the concert for Bangladesh, one of the most ambitious live events in music history. Though the night felt celebratory, it was fueled by relentless rehearsals, creative tension, and enormous pressure. For Russell, it was a rare opportunity to see Harrison outside the shadow of Beatle mythology, focused, reserved, and carrying the weight of a cause far greater than himself. Harrison wasn't just performing, he was coordinating artists, managing sound, and ensuring the event fulfilled its humanitarian purpose. Russell saw firsthand the discipline and strain behind Harrison's calm exterior. Leon Russell's journey to that stage had been forged through hardship. Born Claude Russell Bridges in Oklahoma, he built his career without shortcuts, mastering multiple instruments and earning respect through sheer versatility. His nickname, Master of Space and Time, wasn't self-promotion, it was earned through decades of adaptability. Yet behind his musical brilliance were lifelong struggles. A birth injury left him partially disabled, forcing him to adapt his piano technique, shaping the powerful left-hand style that later defined his sound. Childhood trauma added lasting emotional scars, instilling self-doubt that followed him even at the height of success. As Russell's career soared in the late 1960s and early 70s, his internal battles never faded. When the industry shifted, success disappeared abruptly. Financial strain, fading recognition, and broken partnerships followed. Shelter Records, once a symbol of artistic freedom, collapsed into lawsuits and public conflict. His marriage unraveled under the weight of touring and creative tension, and criticism mounted as his musical direction shifted. By the 1990s, Russell found himself largely forgotten, watching others receive the recognition he once helped build, until Elton John stepped in, reviving his career with the Union and reminding the world of Russell's influence. George Harrison's struggles ran parallel in quieter ways. As the youngest Beatle, his creative voice was long overshadowed by Lennon and McCartney. Though his songwriting matured early, he was routinely limited to 1 or 2 tracks per album, leaving dozens of songs unheard. The frustration built slowly, compounded by fame he never truly wanted. Seeking peace, Harrison turned toward Indian music and spirituality, yet fame and excess followed him there too. His marriage to Pattie Boyd collapsed amid emotional distance and infidelity, made painfully public through her relationship with Eric Clapton. Harrison's later years were marked by controversy and hardship. A plagiarism lawsuit over My Sweet Lord damaged his confidence as a songwriter. Business disputes, financial mismanagement, and the delayed release of funds from the concert for Bangladesh weighed heavily on him. Substance use blurred the line between exploration and escape, and a violent home invasion shattered his sense of safety. Cancer diagnoses forced him into isolation as he quietly withdrew from public life, focusing on survival rather than legacy. Through it all, the bond between Leon Russell and George Harrison endured quietly. Their connection wasn't built on constant collaboration, but on mutual respect. Russell admired Harrison's calm authority and purpose-driven leadership. Harrison valued Russell's grounding presence and musical instinct. They differed in beliefs and process, but shared an understanding of music as service rather than spectacle. During moments of immense pressure, they recognized strength in each other that fame could never define. Behind the historic headlines and iconic performances, Russell and Harrison were 2 men carrying invisible weight, physical pain, creative frustration, and personal loss. Their friendship revealed a deeper truth about success, that greatness often comes with a cost unseen by the audience. And when the lights finally dimmed, What remained wasn't celebrity, but respect, resilience, and the quiet bond formed when music became something greater than fame.